Ready. Then let's pop into the race. I was trying to bring you guys the other events that have been going on, but we'll maybe catch that after tonight's regatta if we still have time. It's only 9:15. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm sorry. This is USA versus. I popped into another eSailing Nations League event right now. Did I? I saw Bradley Adam. This is the right event. What the hell are you doing here, Bradley? Why?
He's setting the races.
Oh man, I saw his flag. I'm like, wait a minute. Are the US playing tonight?
It's 44v1. If Bradley does first place, he goes straight to the final phase.
Bradley Adam, we're having a little bit of fun at his expense, but he is one of the race organizers tonight and also the event organizers, so hats off to a great team that are bringing you guys this event and hopefully many more. Heading into a 4v4 in J70s, and race has not started yet.
Netherlands having internet problems this evening, so bear with us while their last player will be connecting to the server and for this race very shortly.
Back in Marseille. So if you're wondering how the race organizers select the venue for each of these races, they have to pick a race course that has, I believe, at least 20 knots of wind. They have to pick at least the race course that's got the most amount of wind going on at the same time. So no light wind events, or at least as little as possible. It's part of all the little things you got to know when you also start organizing your own private events. Hopes to have a couple of these tips, and if you're looking for more tips, then you should definitely try to hit up the Discord. Join in on the fun, ask people questions, and they'll be happy to help. Waiting for race 5 right now. Sorry if it's a little bit long. We're dealing with some internet issues over on the side, I believe, of Holland. Waiting for the 4th Dutch boat to join. Sometimes we have to reset the lobbies, sometimes we have to reset the game also, which is not a very fast thing to do.
Yeah, we had a weird issue the other day versus, I believe it was United Emirates. When we were about to play the F50 race, for some reason we were selecting a venue, and when creating the lobby it gave us another venue with much less wind. Or was it, no, in the starting line was weird too, that very, very large starting line. So sometimes the game has its issues. Some issues are funny, like when you log into from the lobby when you're spectator. Some are much less funny, like when you get a penalty when you're starboard, and there's no reason you should get that penalty. Let us know in the chat what's your favorite or least favorite issue with the game.
Waiting for an event like this one to start up is probably one of everybody's most annoying moments. A lot of this has been empty lobbies. One of the things, I'm going to have a rant here, so this is it. I'm going to rant on empty lobbies. I know you get your 2 green coins back. I know, I got that after a point, and it doesn't add a disqualify, but it's just annoying. You know, you start a race up, you know that once it starts loading up, it takes a little bit too long to load up. You're gonna end in an empty lobby, and you're like, what's going on? This wasn't happening before. So there we go. That's my least favorite issue right now with the game. What's yours?
I've had that lobby issue, and I was wondering. So it was my first game, so I had all the game bonuses that were given for free, and I think I lost that. I think if you have a lobby that doesn't pop in, if you put coins, yeah, it will give you back your coins, but
It doesn't
Sure,
add a
sure.
DSQ. Luckily, it didn't add me DSQs. At first, I thought I'd started off the very first races of the eSailing World Championship season with 2 DSQs. Wasn't the case. All right, but still,
All right.
kind of annoying when you know this wasn't happening before. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
I don't know what's bringing on these type of changes. I know there's a lot of changes being brought to the game right now. Also, a little bit interesting. Why hasn't France started their official ranking of the eSailing championship for this year? Oop, Holland picking up a penalty. Robert here was in a little bit too tack down. He was dialing down. I guess he was on the starboard tack, but now picking up another penalty. This isn't looking good right here for him. He will be a little bit slowed down, far from the line, not in a great position. And we've got 2 Dutch boats. Oh, we've got Bart Lambrix. Looks like he passed over the line here. Somebody's passed the line a little bit early and is now on a port tack, picking up penalty. That was Bart, and Robert getting back actually pretty well on his port tack and managing to slip into first. That was a super interesting start to watch. A lot to take in, a lot going on. We're going to see Bart's tack here. Is he going to cross? Is he going to avoid his teammate? That looks like it is Woodward. That might be tack now. In any case, it was Resonance. It was a close one. Avoiding team friendly fire is very important once you're racing with more than 2 boats on the water. Now back in a more familiar team racing format, even though it's a 4v4. A lot of our players are very familiar and very used to the tactics that are going to be used here.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. I was saying, yeah, very good start for the Finnish team, and going with the wind shift. The eSailors were going for that left ley line, which was probably the best option here. Esset has a very good start there. Might be interesting to see what he'll be able to do at the mark. Will he be playing fast or helping his teammate by stopping Bart Lambrix and Robert?
We got Sidlin who's tacked over. I don't know if he's going to manage to... He's 26 meters behind tack now. So it doesn't look like he'll be able to force tack now to tack now. No, he's caught up. He's caught up. Yes, he did force him. He pushed tack now over onto a starboard tack as well. Will he do the same for Resonance? No, he decides to head back over the ley line. Tack now decides to bear away as well, but he's stuck now between Lundberg and Sidlin. T10s, I'm sorry about that. And another interesting cross between Bart and Esset here. Esset having to, Esset having to pack behind.
Bart Lambrix just like pointing down, showing Esset that he's going to go for that penalty, and Esset just ducking.
You have no choice. Against these types of players, you can't count on them being nice and letting you pass. But right now, it doesn't look like Finland needs to have any favors done. Oh, Ten's picking up a penalty against Resonance here.
Aggressive play by Resonance, but well played. And Robert is at the head of this fleet, going fast, very fast, getting away. Has the Esset hit the mark there?
Or hit his teammate Lundberg. Didn't manage to see that, but if you want to clip it, you'll be able to go back and see what happened. All the Dutch boats have opted to go on the same side now. That's a little bit of a risky choice, but so far they seem to be defending, especially Tack now here, going for blood, hitting T10s with a penalty. And now they're spread out, as you can see.
Now, Esset still has Lambrix in his wind shadow, which allowed Lundberg, who is in the stronger wind pressure, to catch up and get second place. Finland doing a good job there, catching up. Will it be enough?
Oh. Esset picking up a penalty here, and will Resonance put a penalty again? Yeah, here was heavily fouled. It's still pretty packed, except for Robert here in the lead. All of the other boats are within 100 meters of themselves, of one another. It really looks like Holland is putting the moves and Finland is having to react. Not optimal when you're sailing.
I see what you mean there. Definitely setting their pace and forcing Finland to...
Except over here on Sidland. Sidland here forcing Bard Lambrix over ley line, it will seem.
Attack now, going for the kill, and manages a penalty on Esset.
That was in the
Sharks
back.
are out.
Bart crossing astern of Sidland, trying to head up and managed to get a little bit of ahead.
This is the closest thing that I have to a shark in emojis. It's a special Sasha Grey emoticon. It's actually Sasha Grey deformed.
We know that you watch Sasha Grey for the great content and the insightful commentary. I mean,
Dude,
this is all, and the gameplay
community.
especially.
She has a huge community. They've been doing live streams with 4 co-hosts. They have a real solid entertainment channel.
Thirsty. Thirsty guys, but you know, can't blame them. She's a pretty girl. Definitely got a reputation. To see her like going, you know, having the courage to go on stream and with maybe 10, 20,000 people who know who she is, shows that she's not afraid.
True.
We've got something here. I think Sidland's now is getting caught by Bart and forced way over ley line. Bart Lambrix there, team captain of the Dutch team, while Robert Huisman of the fresh new Robert Huisman Twitch TV channel, speeding away, extending into the lead, and not necessarily the best thing to do in team racing, but currently his teammates are in a pretty decent position. We've got the win. We've got a little bit of a mark block here that didn't work for Lundberg. Now he has to chase behind Tack now. And
Lambrix
punishing the last finished boats over here in the back. That's going to be, I'm not going to pronounce myself too soon on the result, but looks like it might be a 5th point for Holland.
That was a good play by Lundberg at that upwind mark there. Probably didn't release the space button fast enough and couldn't hit.
Could have worked. That could have been an interesting tactic. I guess they're not experienced enough at that maneuver, which is a pretty pirate maneuver. I mean, you gotta say what it is. You wouldn't do that in the real regatta. Lundberg picking up the penalty here off of Tack now. He was unfortunately unable to avoid. Tack now was a classic port starboard jibe. And back here, as we see the Dutch team coming in 1, 3, and 4. Bart Lambrix is going to go after 2 Finnish boats all by himself. Not necessarily working out for him right now. He may end up 8th. He's definitely ending up 8th on this race. It's not the end of the world. His team will pick up the point with Let me do a quick mental math here. 7 and 8, that is 15 against 21. 15-21 for the Dutch. GG to them, and looks like they may be heading for a 6-0. Will they be able to pull it off? That is the question.
It's probably the funnest race that's coming up right afterwards. Stay with us for this last race of this regatta. Finland versus Netherlands. This is going to be Laser 5v5.
The Laser 5v5, exactly what you guys have all been waiting for. I know it's a true test of skills. Take a quick look at the standings again. And we'll be bringing you a quick recap of this week's regattas at the end. So stay tuned for the next race and for a quick overview of what's going on. We may even manage to get Robert on the chat. Robert, if you can hear us, you can give us a call or let me know, and I will try to send you a link. And get your impressions after tonight's regatta. What are your guys' impressions of tonight's regatta so far? I'm pretty sure you have you've made up your mind by now. We know that Holland has won, Netherlands have won, but what do you think they could have done better? Some people don't like the laser. All right, well, that's your opinion, man. It's not my favorite boat either, I'll be honest.
I kind of like it.
I think a lot of people like it. It changes from the J70, definitely. It's a completely different style of boat. Here we go. I think we should be starting the next race up very quickly for everyone's viewing pleasure. Thanks for joining us on this stream tonight. It was good to have you. It was fun, and we'll be checking out the results really quick after the race. But yeah. We're also going to send you guys over to another channel, so don't close that browser window.
Yep, you'll be following right after this event. You will be following France. Let me just give you that, because I forgot.
We'll have to tell Jan to get his channel up and running by the end of this next race.
Yep, right after this,
sometime
in about
after
30
that.
minutes, we'll be watching Switzerland versus France 2. As a reminder,
as you can see
France
so far,
2 is its...
I was right, 15-21, man. I was able to do the mental math. We're looking at tonight's results really quick, just before hopping into...
Oh, France 2 is the mostly MCES team. It's the eSailing France with Dudang, Voldemes, Sinjid, Woods 98, Ginzu. This is going to be very promising.
We seem to be having a quick custom race issue. Oh man. Oh guys, come on. I'm going to have to reboot really quickly now. We're within the minute of the start. I hope we're not going to miss the start to the final laser event, but we have a slight technical issue. As in, we couldn't join the race for some strange reason.
25 seconds to the start.
And we are going to bring it to you live. We're coming in. Sorry for that, everyone. But we managed to get the start here of race 6. Netherlands versus Finland. Laser event.
Blue has a good position here at start. The blue wave is in control on this line.
Oh. A lot of funky port starts on the Dutch side here. Worked out for them pretty well.
Yeah, Robert, TTV, and Willie starting from above the starting line down to speed. That was... they're actually completely ahead now. That was a very interesting tactic. And Robert going for the kill. First penalty on Lundberg. And giving his wind shadow to Tenst.
We're going to have a difficult maneuver down here between the two Finnish boats, but they managed to communicate well enough and not hit each other. Having a couple of little mouse issues as well. Alright, now we've got Resonance is putting pressure on Sidland, forcing him into a foul. Getting the close-up for that screen cap. You know this is going to go as the thumbnail to this video. This shot right here. This is the money shot. Let's go see what's going on the other side of the water here. Robert is in 5th position, crossing aggressively ahead of Lucas Carlimo.
Very aggressive play on the left-hand side between Taknau and Essid. Essid managing to push Taknau away. That was well played to the very last second. Taknau.
Oh no, that was very aggressive by Taknau. We're just gonna say that was very aggressive. He dialed down all the way to be sure to hit the Finnish boat and secure a comfortable lead to his team. I mean, he's kind of the enforcer. Taknau, if you've got someone on your team who can put those penalties in a pretty safe manner, you've got to make him play, especially on the fleet races. Here we go now. Votvert picking the same penalty off of Lucas Carlimo. No mercy.
Netherlands in a very strong position here, ahead of the fleet, and covering most of the Finnish boats with their wind shadow.
I see Fly. Ooh.
Robert going for the kill.
Sidland picking it up here from Robert here. We saw that. Will Valford be able to squeeze in between the two? He manages to squeeze in between the two Finnish boats, putting Tenst now in a tense position.
Oh, Robert going for the 3rd kill, but getting a penalty there.
We can really, I mean, there's really got a lot to be said for the Finnish boat handling. They may not be the fastest, but they definitely managed to handle their boats very well. Like, let's watch this mark rounding. If you can see, there's not going to be a single friendly fire between the Finnish boats. They don't touch each other. It's the other Dutch boats definitely putting penalties, but they have this under control. As we see Lucas and Sidland closing in the march and coming in 9th and 10th currently. Wow, I just saw 2 Dutch boats take a very definitive extension and lead in the race. Fly and Taknau already currently rounding that downwind mark. Smooth. Ooh, that even looked like a drift. A little bit Gymkhana in here. Lundberg here, trying to find a position to squeeze in on the downwind. Managing, and it's not that...
Well played by Essid, managing to come up with speed and flick a hook on
Votor, yeah, they were actually closing in very quickly on that downwind mark. I wasn't expecting them to be there so quick, so that goes to show it might still be open for this last race. Right now, Lundberg and Essid are going to need to have to do some work on the Dutch boats to help their teammates come back up.
On the top 2, Taknau got a penalty from Wiley. Trying to cross behind him, but that allows Lundberg to catch up. Lundberg, Essid, and Taknau are now pretty much tied with only 4 meters apart.
Oh, but this is Taknau here pushing his opponent Lundberg down. Definitely not letting him get away from the dial down. And actually managing to put a penalty while... Oh, 2 penalties in a row for Taknau. I told you he is the enforcer on this Dutch team.
Strong plays.
Some would call him the Punisher, but... Oh, but he closed in a little bit too close on the mark, and unfortunately now has a penalty to recover, as well as resonance. All right, so is there going to be a possibility in this last race for Finland to put a point down? There's a mark block going on. Esset managing to put 2 penalties here on the second section of the dogleg. Let's flip into an aerial view right here, which will give you guys a chance to see everything going on. Did this play out the way you thought it would, Arthur? The whole regatta, I mean.
I believe. This unfortunately no. This last race in Laser did not. I believe that the Finnish team had a much more solid start. It seemed to me, but probably picked up a lot of penalties on that first upwind leg due to Roberts and Tagnow. And I thought the whole event would have been closer. But I guess that both teams sailed very well. But I believe that the Netherlands team has set up a more aggressive play this evening, and the Finnish team was not as aggressive.
Lundberg takes third, but definitely 1 and 2 going to Holland with Fly and Tagnow is going to help the Dutch team secure a 6-0 win in tonight's regatta.
Yep.
I think that's going to be it for this event. Stay with us for a couple more minutes. We're going to be bringing you some more stuff really quickly. But you can see both of the Dutch boats coming in way ahead of the rest of the fleet. And congratulations, let's say GG to Netherlands for a clean win that they needed tonight if they wanted to stay in the most favorable positions of their group, and that they've clearly done the work. Give me a second as well as I try to maybe get Robert in the chat. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if he can join us. We're not on Zoom, so it might be a little bit of a hassle for him to join us on this chat app.
How about you, Nick? Or Steven, should I call you? What did you...
I updated my boat name. Yeah, my boat name is now Steven Seagal. If you want to race up against me on... if you want to show me that I know nothing about whatever I'm talking about, you can find me on the game.
That was something.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's got to show me what this whole thing is about. Bringing up really quick here. There we go. Let's see. As we are logging into Sail Ranks, this is the basic browser view, obviously, but it will give us a chance to see upcoming and recently finished events. So stay tuned. In a couple of minutes, we'll be going to raid Jan's channel for Switzerland versus France 2. That is in about 20 minutes. Thanks for
start your stream if you can.
Yeah, we will be seeing the French MCES team, Sinjid, Valentin Lisa, Wins, and a lot of other really good racers competing against the Swiss nationals, which are also very good players. Helmer, H of S, Confluentia. We remember all of these players from the eSailing Nations Cup. Now, recently finished last night, we saw Portugal versus USA 1. Portugal managing a very nice win against one of the most dangerous teams in the game, Bradley's team. Man, that was a close one, Brad. Sorry about that, but you did come up against some of the best players in the game again. And we can see USA won race 1, and they also managed to win race 5. So definitely very good for USA 1 in the fleet races, but in match racing, it was all for Portugal. What else did we have last night? Italy won versus France won. That was a very impressive win by France here. I'm not saying that they're not good sailors. I'm just saying that in front of them, they had the best of the Italian fleet here. MCS Rock, Filippo Lanfranchi, Alberto Carraro, Lucas Koslovic. The whole MCS Italy team is all just, sounds like an all-star lineup. But so does the French team. I mean, you've got L1, you've got Pepito, you've got La Mer Noire, and Enzo Ballanger. So 6-0. Again, Italy not performing so well in the fleet races. But of course, obviously, they lost all their races. So it seems pretty logical. And Spain won versus Ukraine. Now, this was probably the upset of the evening if you guys are watching and paying attention to the eSailing Nations League. We had Ukraine, who is the up-and-coming youngster squadron in the eSailing scene, coming in and showing the Spanish team of veterans, the LDLN squad, how it's done, 4-2. They won the 2 fleet races as well as the 1v1 and the 2v2. Obviously, Spanish getting a lot of experience on the team racing, were able to win in 3v3 and 4v4. So GG to Ukraine. They took the lead in Group B thanks to this win over Spain. I'm not too worried about Spain right now. Pretty sure though this is just a quick upset. They'll be able to come back from this. But stay with us also if you want to watch more Spanish action on Sunday. We'll be streaming Spain versus Poland. It's Poland also really great team coming up and coming in this eSailing Nations League.
Yeah, glad to see so many new names during these events. It's great to discover new talents, really.
All right, so as you can see, this leaderboard right now has taken into account tonight's results, popping up on your screen, and soon also without that annoying little view bar. Give me a second to fix this real quick. We're just hanging out a couple more minutes before we go and raid Jan's channel, Jan CTV, where you guys will be watching France 2 versus Switzerland in a couple of minutes. So hang around with us a little bit longer. We're watching the results here. We'll be bringing this hopefully to you in about a second. There we go. Group B. Right now, Ukraine in the lead. We saw that they had managed 3 wins, especially against Spain 2 last night. Very dominant and a team we hadn't seen a lot yet in the eSailing world. Netherlands, with this second win, has secured the second place, and now they're 1 win ahead of Spain too. All 3 teams have the same amount of all 6 teams have the same amount of games played. So Netherlands now should be in a comfortable position. They will have to face off Ukraine. Now, Netherlands versus Ukraine should be a great regatta to watch. We should definitely try to bring you that next week if it's at a time that we can stream at. Not going to be necessarily the easiest thing to guarantee. I'm going to take a look real quick at what's going on over on the next channel as we bring you the next stream of the evening, which will be on another channel. I feel like I just said that.
Yep. I'm doing exactly the same thing, trying to see if our colleague has started his stream. Jan, if you're hearing us, Jan, you need to start your stream so we can
just start the countdown, and we'll bring you some very excited eSailing fans who want to watch the next game, who want to see France versus Switzerland, the rumble in the Alps. Now, I'll be completely honest with you guys. I have never done a raid before.
I haven't either, so...
So I think I know how to do it. I think I know a way to do it. We're just going to see if this works. I'm being informed our bitrate is unstable. I have no idea what that means, but I guess bad thing.
Have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back again?
All right. I just realized that LDLN channel and Kutsu are hosting us, so I wanted to thank them for doing that. I hadn't realized we could get those stats also from this dashboard, so very cool on your behalf. We're glad to be hosted on other channels, and we try. If you have an eSailing channel as well, let us know, and we'll host you guys whenever we're not online.